In the paving industry, we talk a lot about compaction. What is compaction?
Exertion of force over something so that it becomes more dense.
Snowing outside, if I make a snowball, I've used compaction to compact that ball into a snowball.
Yes.
That's simple.
It is, yes, that is that simple.
Okay, that is compaction. Now, why does it matter then? Obviously, making a snowball, you can't throw the snowball until you compact it. But going into what we do for a living, road construction, why does it matter?
It provides structural integrity and it increases longevity. The key important pieces to any long-lasting road is it's a compaction, it's structural integrity, it's water resistant.
Walk me through a road, greenfield to final road. Walk me through some terms so we can all be on the same terms. Yeah.
So subgrade. Subgrade is kind of the lowest material. It is typically your coarse material that you have, that you put everything over the top of, your grade and then your asphalt lifts. Okay. You typically want to grade out, motor grader, everything like that, dig it out, lay all that down, roll that, compact that down. Once you have that to the stiffness value that you need there, you're putting the base material up next. Okay. That is your soils, your what's called class materials. Okay. They compact those kind of the same way. Once that is ready, you can put your asphalt on top.
We've cut out where we're going to build the road. We've got the engineer's specifications. It says that the base has to be this spec requirement. We've gone out and sourced that material. Dump trucks are coming in. They're dumping this base product. How do we compact it? What are we doing now? Yeah. We just got dump trucks dumping dirt everywhere. Now what do we do?
So yeah, those dump trucks are dumping material out. Okay. And the next part of that is having a motor grader come out to distribute that material. So they're going to distribute that material to grade. They may have a fill that they're looking at to achieve. And the way that they look at those numbers is, in modern terms, is GNSS. We have full sites built out. We have the plans. We have the spec. We have all the information we need to make sure that we lay out this project. There's a field person out there taking the measurements to make sure they're meeting their field and their grade. Shouldn't need a tape measure in a case of emergency.
Yeah, no more blue tops anymore. No, okay. We've used the water truck along the way, right? We've been watering. Yep. Before we get to the final water truck, how do we compact it?
Yes, compaction. So there's a couple different applications there where we're looking at either maybe a Padfoot or a smooth drum roller there. That Padfoot can be used for extra edge, a little bit more direct. Okay. Agitate those materials, maybe break materials. Maybe they're hauling in larger stones and everything, and they have the intention of breaking that up. When we get through that process, and maybe we don't necessarily need the Padfoot, maybe we're just kind of giving it we're giving it a kind of just a makeover there. So we'll use the steel drum. With either of those, we'll look at intelligent compaction, because the standard for that is every 500 feet there's a test. That single test represents that 500 feet. Making it consistent, that's the key there. So coupling that result with intelligent compaction systems, so you're taking a stiffness reading and you're seeing your pass counts, combining those things and monitoring that in practice shows us consistency.
The importance of the pass counts. If I'm looking at this 500 foot of road, which will be road one day, because of standard engineering practices, we can believe that everything else with that same number of passes, same number of moisture put into it, same roller compacted it, should have the same. 4 passes versus 5 passes could be the difference in a good road and a bad road.
Yes. Say we met the requirements, the engineer says that everything looks good.
Yep.
Final check, water truck rolls over to see any deviation. Assuming there's no deviation, they're ready to go.
Okay, so the water truck is the old school of I need to physically see the truck not sink before I go with it. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Now we're putting the asphalt on top.
Yeah, crew shows up, let's get the paver set up. You said we want to do a 4-inch lift?
Yep.
In actuality, the crew is going to pave a 5-inch lift. Okay. Because they're accounting for the fact that this is loosely compacted materials. It needs room to move and actually push that.
I'm going to have a 4-inch road, but I'm going to start with the 5 inches of asphalt.
Yep, you get your screed set, crew takes off. As that screed is going, it is taking that material, and that material is sliding under the screed. It is getting its first bit of compaction.
Okay, so when we talk about a screed, and I think some people get confused here, it's not a box blade. You know, it's kind of knocking it down, but the value of the screed is really what comes under the screed and what it looks like when it comes out.
Yeah, exactly. As that screed is rolling and being pulled by the tractor, that material is slipping out. That is our first spot of compaction, where we're looking at maybe 86, 87% compaction right off the back of the paver. From there, now we're looking at temperatures, because that determines the rest of the time for us. In the screed, we're getting probably about 320 degrees. Out of the screed, we may have already dropped to somewhere about 280, 270. Now time is critical. We're looking at making sure that that breakdown roller understands what his rolling pattern is. We want to target at least 92%, 93% behind that breakdown roller.
Okay.
So say that breakdown roller operator has figured out what his pattern is going to be. It's like, hey, can you check it behind me? Yep, hey, you're 91%. So let's give it another pass. Let's figure out how we can do that and be efficient about it. Time's working against us. That asphalt is looking to cool off. Determining that breakdown is very key. That is the best opportunity we have to get compaction right at that moment. So say we figured out he needs to do 4 or 5 passes.
Okay.
So he can move on. He understands that he needs to do 4 or 5 passes. This gets determined by what exactly he's doing. A 5 pass is typically just the extra static that they count for going up.
For clarification, once we set it, there's no variable in it.
Yeah.
If he's done 4 vibratory, 1 static, that's what he's doing.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
From there, we look at the pneumatic roller. The pneumatic roller is going to massage these materials a little bit more, maybe take out what's called cut marks from the breakdown roller as the material's gone down. And essentially, it's going to help massage that material together, get it tighter knit. It's a good opportunity, but not the same opportunity as that breakdown roller. We're down to probably about 250 degrees. Maybe we're getting down there to about 180 degrees by the time they're done rolling over that.
And we've increased our density by how much you think?
I would say somewhere between potentially 2, maybe 3%.
Okay, so we're no longer vibratory.
No.
We're no longer. I mean, it's a static roller, static roller, retired roller.
Yep.
So why is it increasing? Why didn't we just do one more pass with the breakdown roller? Yeah.
So the whole thing, I got time.
Yeah.
The thing is that breakdown roller needs to be keeping on top of that paver to make sure that they're maximizing the amount of output that they can get. The rubber tire roller is just another opportunity for us to increase it with another roller.
The breakdown roller is trying to do this. The rubber tire roller might be able to get rocks, the solids to move around.
Vibratory and oscillation, the two key settings that kind of help us shift those materials on those active steel drum rollers. Vibratory is the action of up and down. Oscillation is side to side. If you think about it, we talk about rocks or marbles in a jar and filling it up and trying to fill those crevices and everything.
Yeah.
So instead of just going up and down, now we're doing the side to side. So we have a full range of motion to shift those materials so that they're interlinking.
So the rubber tire is doing a little of this, the oscillation is doing a lot of this. What we're trying to do is we're trying to link this into a puzzle almost. We need the aggregate to find where they can interlink as much as possible. And that's what you get with the rubber tire roller.
Yes. Okay. It gives it that extra push. Once they're able to move on, we get into the finish roller, and that is the beautifying roller. They're typically not vibrating. They're just kind of trying to finalize, take out any extra lines, make the road look nice and smooth.
It could look exactly like the first roller. Could be the twin to the first roller. It just doesn't have the vibratory turned on. It's just static.
Yeah. Breakdown the roller is the first roller. Second roller is a pneumatic rubber tire. Third is called the finish. Adding on to that now, with Hamm, we have the ability for the density readings. The breakdown roller, in theory, can know what their percentage density is and make informed decisions on the fly versus waiting necessarily maybe for a field technician to come out and verify for them.
So we should be able to move faster with the and more confident.
All to couple into intelligent compaction. That's the recording of the pass counts, everything like that. It's just the tools to make sure that everybody's doing everything as efficiently and as possible.
Because we are building a highway. We talked about building a highway. If you were on a parking lot, you wouldn't have near this level of sophistication, but you're not gonna have near the traffic on it either.
Yeah. No, exactly.
We've done the finish roller. It looks like a nice, pretty road. Okay, we look very confident. We're ready to stripe it and move on. But what's the next step in the process typically at that point?
So at that point, once you've finished maybe the day of paving, what'll happen is a verification.
Okay.
So what we're looking at is that coring. So we come through and we test random locations to get the actual final verified density. Once the entire project's complete, they will scan that road for smoothness and everything like that.
So those cores and this smoothness scan will be the bonuses, either paid or not paid out on the job. So then you got a road. Drop it and go on. Hey, I'm Dennis Howard. Thanks for watching the video. Please like and subscribe and reach out to any RDO location if you have any questions about anything we talk about on the track. Thank you.
My own neighborhood, there's a guy that parks a fully loaded belly dump truck on my city street, and I look, I'm like, the road ain't made for that one, guys. The road ain't made for that.
Yeah, probably no sign there, so he gets away with it. So.